Live from the International Gaming Face Punch headquarters, now repurposed as Monkey Nut Punch headquarters, it's this week's Monkey Nut Punch podcast. There we go. Okay, so on the bright side, I don't have to tell everyone to fucking sync.
Nigel, sync.
Oh no, Keith, can you sync?
Yeah.
Okay, alright, I think you synced it up. Let me just check.
Who the fuck are you guys?
Right, okay.
Where the fuck did you come from?
So, in honour of the Avengers trailer this week, we're all getting Avengers style names instead of our normal start off. So, I'm going to be General Arsehole.
I'd agree with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nigel's going to be the Gingerbread Man. It's not quite a solid line, man. And Keith.
This is going to be bad.
Keith's going to be. I have no idea what I could call you.
The
Keith.
Blubbernaut.
The Blubbernaut.
Fuck you.
The amazing, the incredible Bulk. There we go. Alright, sorry, it's not the regular intro, but it's not a regular podcast. For once in MNP's history, the three of us are in the same fucking room.
Yeah, and the same country. It's not every. It's quite.
Well, it would be odd if we were in the same room, but in different countries.
That would be amazing.
It would probably be like some kind of like UN thing where they've designated a country because of some kind of law.
Yeah.
So legally we'd be in another country, but technically we wouldn't be.
Or the TARDIS.
Or the TARDIS, but that's a rental in space-time continuum. It's a bit difficult to understand because what you do is you freeze a chunk of space and then you flood it with time, which then causes it to increase. I've got a fucking another virus, another fucking Trojan.
Huh?
So I've been getting Trojans left, right, and centre, and I've just my computer's just constantly.
You got to stop subscribing to all that porn.
I haven't subscribed to any fucking porn. That's one of the reasons I changed my sodding browser. Anyway, on this week's show, we will be talking about the Avengers trailer, which was a fan-fucking-tastic. Nige might say something different.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, they've just ruined the review, Nige.
Sorry.
Then we'll be talking about Crisis on EarthX, which happened in the States like a week ago.
No, this week.
It finished this week.
Finished this
week.
week.
Oh, good. It finished this week.
Over 2 nights.
Over 2 nights, and we're getting it in the UK this week.
Yeah.
Coming.
Yeah.
And then we've got Agents of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Nigel wants to throw his 2 cents in about the Orville episode that me and you talked about a couple of weeks back.
Episode
which is
10.
really good. Yeah. And we might throw in some gaming news towards the end. So let's see how we get on. Yeah, we might throw in gaming news because we haven't, as I said, we haven't been in the same room together. So I can poke people and signal to them when they're, booming.
Or talking too much.
Yeah.
Nice.
He's looking at you, Keith.
So, let's kick it off with the Avengers trailer. The Avengers trailer I saw Thursday evening. No, I didn't see Thursday evening. I thought it was Tuesday evening, actually. Was it Tuesday?
It was Tuesday, yeah.
Yeah, I saw it Tuesday evening when I got back from the gym. Yeah, and I opened up my my old phone and it's like, behold, Avengers trailer. And Infinity War went, I must watch. So I watched it, and then I just started phoning people.
Yeah, you phoned me.
Have you watched the Avengers trailer? Have you watched the Avengers trailer? I don't think I got round to you because I spoke to him.
No, I didn't even know about it.
So, I just was phoning random people in my phone book saying, have you watched the Avengers trailer? And it's like, hello? Hello, who are you?
But I've seen it
sorry,
now.
Granny.
Yes. You've seen it now, yes.
I've seen it now.
Yeah, so, it looks really good. I think the first of the Avengers films is going to be the one where they all get fucked, basically.
Oh, Tony Stark is without a doubt going to die.
I think
my Spider-Man theory is sound here.
I don't think it's going to happen the way you think. I think it's not going to happen in this film. I think it's going to happen in the
yeah.
in the last
I
film.
don't know if he'll die in this film,
Yeah.
but he's going to go dead.
What's your Spider-Man theory?
Well, Gareth and me, when this Marvel Spider-Man came out, Gareth and he correctly pointed out that there was no sense of great power comes great responsibility, the whole Uncle Ben line, because they decided to do something a bit differently. And Gareth criticised the film massively for that, and he is right. But
is that with the latest?
I had a theory that basically they're making Tony Stark into the Uncle Ben character. So,
right.
Because we know they have specifically said that the next Spider-Man film is going to pick up the mantle exactly where Avengers 4 leaves it.
Right.
So my theory is they're going to kill Tony Stark, because we know that Marvel cannot afford £50 million a film every time
Robert Downey
Jr. turns up in a film. That's pretty much what he gets paid. So my theory is that he is the Uncle Ben character who's going to change Peter Parker forever, because we know that Peter Parker looks up to him. They made a big deal of that in Homecoming, and I think they're going to kill him off, and that's going to make Peter the Peter Parker that we all know and love.
So we think that Tony Stark will say the line, "Great power comes great."
No,
power."
he's
He's not going to say that line, but he's going to say something along those lines. He
He might go
He
with
might-
great power comes.
With great power comes a
Lots
really,
of women.
really big electricity bill.
He was definitely the mentor in Homecoming, and Uncle Ben was Peter's mentor in the comics and the other films. So my theory is that they're going to... Well, I'm pretty 99% convinced that they're going to kill off Tony Stark in one of these two Avenger films, and that's going to be the thing that changes Peter.
Okay, alright, so we've got that. We've got these... He's putting up these big fucking ring things. I think he's going to try and steal the planet, like Davros style.
He's certainly doing something, because we also saw that that scene where they're all in Wakanda, and there's all these black monolith things coming down into the earth, but they could be troop carriers for all.
Yeah, I think they are troop
Remind me
carriers.
who the big purple guy is.
Thanos.
Thanos.
Oh, Thanos. Yeah, that was his
He
name.
has been around since he was the sort of Marvel end credit scene at the end of the first Avengers movie.
Yeah.
Was he in Guardians of the Galaxy?
Yes.
Yes,
At the end, was it not?
No, he
no,
was in it. He was in it. He was
he's what's her face?
Ronan the Accuser's boss for all intents and purposes.
and
Nebula's-
Doctor Who girl and Green Girl. I've forgotten her name.
Nebula and Gamora.
Gamora's
Father.
adopted father.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
he was the dude flying on the chair, and it he
Yes.
was also the one that was sort of pulling the strings with Loki. So when you see Loki holding the Tesseract in this trailer and just holding it up, stepping over all these dead bodies, you're like, well, that's quite interesting.
I think it might be a case of he's killed a load of Asgardians and Loki's just went here. Just have a
Well,
fucking
they have
do.
hinted that the more Asgardians going to be. I mean, they blew it up in Thor, so you know.
Yeah. Well, in the
spoilers, Nigel.
Or in the comic books.
Yep, not seen it.
I was going to say in the comic books, Thor recreates Asgard above Oklahoma. I don't know why above fucking Oklahoma. Oh, this is like a nice place. I like that shop. I'll put it here.
He's had a globe and he spun it, closed his eyes, poked. Well, Oklahoma, that'll do.
The bit at the end of that trailer is a tag on to what was in the Comic-Con stuff, because we know the movie starts. We know how Avengers 3 starts. It starts with Thor floating in space and getting rescued by the Guardians of the Galaxy. So that scene where you see he goes, "Who are you guys?" That's like right at the start of Avengers 3.
Oh, okay.
So because right at the end of Thor, Thanos, well, we know it's Thanos, they don't specifically say it, but it's Thanos' ship, turns up and Thor's just like,
Well, it's
oh
Chitari's
shit.
ship.
Can I just say, I do like the way that they're making individual films for the individual character, but they're all interlinked in some sort of way.
But they say that there was one thing when is Black Panther out? Black Panther's got to come before this.
Black Panther is in February, I think.
Right, I thought so, because you see a hell of a lot of Wakanda in this movie, and you've got to, obviously, they've got to show you that before you see the Avengers
Has he
movie.
been? He was in Avengers, wasn't he? Or was
He
it
was in
Captain
America
America
Civil War.
Captain America, right?
And then he's got his own movie coming up, but which looks awesome, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to Black Panther. But we're getting 3 Marvel films next year, because we're getting Ant-Man and the Wasp as well. But that's after Avengers.
No,
and
it's in between. It's supposed to do something that affects it.
Well, this is coming out in April, so they can't have 3 releases. I thought Ant-Man and
I
Wasp.
think they've got 3 releases. I'm sure. I had this question. I think we talked through my brother.
There's only been
Google
one.
the.
Hang on.
There's
Google
only
the,
been one Ant-Man, hasn't there?
Yeah, and
Right.
and there's another one, but I thought that was later on next year. I thought that was the beginning of Phase 4, kind of.
You see-
Although Avengers 4 is kind of the end of it. So
I know. With my limited Marvel knowledge, there is a Wasp, because my kids have been watching a animated cartoon thing, and it's the lesser known people.
In the movies, Wasp is the girl that was in the first one, because right at the end, she's Hank Pym takes her down and shows her the suit. So that's one of the cut scenes at the end, isn't it?
Yes, it's one of the cutscenes at the end. Sorry, I'm just doing a quick check.
But I know that Infinity War is April. And we're getting it, as always, 1 week before the States.
It's probably for tax reasons.
It probably is. But I'm not sure when Black Panther is, because looking at the trailer...
Right,
February.
February, yes, it's February for Black Panther.
So when's Ant-Man and the Wasp?
Hang on a second, so...
Infinity is
Wars,
April.
okay. Ant-Man and the Wasp. I think Ant-Man and the Wasp's like November.
Yeah, because I think it's afterwards. But this trailer... Ant-Man wasn't in it.
Yeah,
it was
I
like
know,
one of the only ones that wasn't there.
Yeah, because I think what it is they've got the quantum realm or the shrinkyverse. The easiest way of describing it, yeah. The shrinkyverse. I think that they're going to hide him and Stephen Strange are going to hide as many people for safekeeping in the shrinkyverse.
In the shrinkyverse.
That's the best way of describing it. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, that's the place where Doctor Strange can go, isn't it?
Yes.
Well, it was hinted at because there was
yes.
a doctor in the first Ant-Man film when he goes to, like, you know, really, really, really small. There's apparently a Doctor Strange Easter egg there.
Well, it's not a Doctor Strange Easter egg. It's one of the realms that Doctor Strange... Because when he gets pushed out of his body in the Doctor Strange film, you'll see him pass through what I refer to as the Shrinkyverse.
I'm going with that. I don't care what Marvel officially call it. It's now called the Shrinking Universe. It's much better
The
now.
Shrinkyverse, yeah, I didn't know there was anything different.
Yeah.
No.
No.
Release date. There you go. You got that.
All right.
Your Google powers are weak, young man.
No, this isn't Google. This is something else.
There you
Ant-Man
go.
and the Wasp. It's filming in Georgia. Oh dear. So she's punching things.
Well, she was a bit far away from that, but
I'm sure it's. It's in theatres.
July. Right.
Fuck,
So it
says
is after
3.
Avengers.
Yeah, but this is because it's supposed to affect.
Well, we have
it.
3 this year as well because we had Spider-Man as well. Don't forget that.
Oh god, yeah. Well, it's Sony though, that wasn't it?
Yeah, but it was Marvel. I mean, Marvel
I thought
made
that was
it.
yeah. I thought
banked
the
it.
reason they put Sony is because it was made a bit of an exception. But yeah, it's gonna dovetail between that Infinity War one and the next one.
I think they're going to do they're going to be bastards though. They're going to end it on a bloody cliffhanger. So you're going to be sitting there waiting for a fucking year to see what happens.
Of course, I wouldn't. After spending how much did they buy the Marvel Universe for? 10 billion, 100 billion?
No, because they only paid 2 billion for Star Wars, didn't they? Or 4 billion for Star
They
Wars.
paid how much? They paid a lot.
They didn't pay as much for Marvel. Because at the time when they bought Marvel, the Marvel films were doing okay, but they weren't quite on the level that they are now.
Disney owned Marvel.
Well, because because there was the threat of DC at the time,
Oh,
so
yeah.
they were playing. They were saying, well, DC make good films. Yeah, no, they don't.
No, Chris Nolan makes good films. That's what they missed.
Well, yeah, they will ride what DC could do, but I mean,
4 billion for Marvel.
yeah. Well, okay, then they paid the same. Okay, I didn't know that.
Well, it's
but yeah,
probably
they
as big.
bought-
No,
I'll
not.
be honest with you. The 4 billion for Marvel was a better one than for Star Wars. I'm afraid.
I
Star
think they're
Wars
gonna
is
make
a-
more money out of Star Wars.
No,
than
they
that.
Star
make more.
Wars.
How many
no.
fucking films as Marvel? Like, is it 18 or something?
Yes, but every
Yeah,
right.
yeah. No. Consider this, right?
Hang on.
Star
stop.
Wars is a
No, stop. Easy maths. Goes like this, yeah? Star Wars 1 release a year. Marvel 2 releases a year. Marvel wins.
But
Cinema-wise.
Star
every
Wars is
Star
a more
Wars film,
established-
Every Star Wars film they have released has gone over $1 billion. Only one Marvel film I think has gone over $1 billion, and that was Avengers 1. Avengers: Age of Ultron didn't do as well.
No.
Iron Man 3. No, that's a lie. Iron Man 3 did well as well. Iron Man 3 went over the $1 billion.
But you got to
Iron
consider
Man 3, I think, was their most successful one outside
the
of...
fan base for Star Wars before they started
Yeah.
making these Marvel films was far greater than what Marvel would have been before their first film. So
This is the thing that I picked.
Yeah,
don't
the
understand.
theme park.
Marvel had I would say a smidge under what Star Wars did, because Star Wars was more casual, where Marvel was more hardcore. So people who like Marvel were really fucking into Marvel, and I mean really into Marvel. Yeah, you had a few hardcore people for Star Wars, yeah, but Marvel, those people who were into Marvel, they were spending fucking fortune, yeah, on stuff. So it was. I don't think Star Wars is as big a property as everyone thinks, because those last 3 films that Lucas did tanked the franchise as far as most of us are
No,
concerned.
but
Well, that's why they went back, isn't it?
It's had a resurgence with the Clone Wars cartoon, and then followed by what both me and Gareth considered to be the excellent Rebels, and
Oh,
the
yes.
full season of Rebels has been awesome.
Yes, I've
so
got to catch
far.
up on that.
They've been doing 2 episodes a week, so they
Have
did.
been
They
doing-
they
oh,
aired
shit,
the whole
I
lot.
forgot.
They had the first 10 in like 5 weeks.
Oh, you're fucking kidding me. I'm really.
So
fucking
they were doing
behind.
2. They were like little 2-parters.
Oh.
But it's going somewhere, and it's building to something that's going to be really
They're gonna-
tragic.
they're
Well, they're going
gonna-
to kill.
They're going to kill everyone apart from what's the mush green one?
General Sabula.
Yes,
They don't have to kill the other girl. The only, in theory, the only people they either have to kill
The two
or make him
Jedis.
go to are the 2 Jedis.
Yeah.
Now, one of the elder one, which is what's his name?
Kanan.
Kanan is blatantly going to get it
Yeah.
because they built to.
Yeah, they've been building the last ones I've
Oh,
been
they
watching. It's
really
like-
because he finally kisses. He
Yeah.
finally has a moment with what's her face. It's like, right, you're dead. That's it. You've just kissed or signed your death warrant.
Yeah, it's the equivalent of let's get beers when this is all over. It's my you see it in films all the time. It's like kind of I can't wait till this happens. But yeah. So anyway, going back to Marvel. Yeah, they got their fucking money back.
Oh God, yeah.
Did you know before Disney what do you call it bought Marvel, they took a loan out. Do you know how many years they've got on that loan?
Probably lots.
100 years.
Jesus. Well, they've made that.
Who
money
the
back.
fuck gets a loan for 100? They got a loan for 100 years because they were so convinced they're going to make this money, and it's like the bank went, "Here's Disney." They were like, yeah, and then they must have seen the Marvel Avenger films, and that went. That was a pretty fucking good thing. We should have a bit more interest on the damn fucking loan.
I think 4-3's done quite well. I think it's been the most successful of the 4 movies, and it's certainly my favourite out of
Yeah.
the 3. It's really good. It's totally different to the last 2. It's much more of a it's a comedy, but it's a really good
Which one?
The latest Thor movie. It's brilliant, and it's got who's the guy playing Ian Malcolm, the really eccentric one?
Ian Malcolm, you were talking about the Grandmaster.
Yeah, who wasn't Dave?
Oh, Jeff Goldblum.
Jeff
Dave
Goldblum.
Goldblum.
Dave Goldblum.
Dave.
Jeff
You got Dave Goldblum. Jeff
You got
Goldblum's
Dave
brother.
playing Dave.
Jeff
Dave.
Goldblum is utterly brilliant in this, and he has one of the deleted scenes or the cut scenes at the end,
Oh yeah.
and it's brilliant.
He's like kind of they've all rebelled against him. He's like, let's just call it. A
Put it
draw.
this way, his ego is so big.
Oh fuck off.
Yeah,
He'd do the same thing.
looking at you, G.
Yeah.
All right. I can see I'm outnumbered. We'll call it a draw.
That's
No,
that's
pretty
exactly
much
the
it.
way.
He thanks
That's it.
because there's a big rebellion, and
Yeah.
he thanks everybody.
Yeah,
He says,
thank-
"Well done, you all did your job and everything." Because they all rebel against him, and he's the one that thanks the rebellion. It's, like,
Confuse the fuck out of all.
it's genius.
It is genius.
It's so
It's
funny.
like,
I need to during this hopefully festive period. I'll have some time off, so I might be able to catch up on a few of these films.
I think Thor. Yeah, you'll be able to download Thor soon. It's
Thor,
well worth it. It's
Yes.
very good. It's probably been my favourite Marvel of the year.
yes, same here.
Of this year, it wasn't what I was expecting it to be. I knew it was meant to be different, but I wasn't.
Would you say?
expecting
Hang on a second.
this.
Hang on. Would you say it was better than Guardians of the Galaxy 2?
Yes.
Yeah, same here.
I
'Cause
still
love
haven't
the
seen that either.
I love the cameos from the cameo bits when they go back to what's his face at the beginning, a genius, Matt Damon.
Oh,
cameo,
yes, yeah.
and his brother playing Thor.
Yeah.
That and Sam Neill as like the
Odin, yeah.
as Odin. It was,
Damon.
yeah, but it's brilliant. I mean,
Yeah.
it's these little the natural cameos, but he goes back to not Isengard, no,
Asgard.
Asgard, right? And
Isengard. You're
Isengard,
fucking
that's-
lost.
Isn't
And
that
Odin's-
Middle Earth? Isn't that Middle Earth? Yeah.
yeah, he's Middle Earth.
Shit,
What-
fucking wrong realm.
wrong realm.
Oh shit! Not again.
He goes back to Asgard. Thor goes back to Asgard, and obviously Loki's replaced Odin, but nobody knows it. So he's still sort of wearing Odin's face, kind of thing. And there's this sort of theatre show going on about how Loki is won the day, and it's Matt Damon as Loki. You've got Sam Neill as Odin, and it's Luke Hemsworth as Thor, which is his brother in real
Chris's
life. Chris Hemsworth's brother in real
yeah.
life. Yeah, and it's just like that's genius.
Yeah,
yeah.
I need to catch up on a few of these, so.
Just on a very quick detour, right? You've watched Lord of the Rings, yeah? How many times you watch Lord of the Rings and go, Eagles, use the fucking eagles, yeah?
Yes, but that's
Do you know the reason you don't use the eagles? Because if you drew like a how can I put it, a chart of who's powerful, yeah? There are 3 gods at the top, and under the 3 gods are the eagles. So if you put the ring on the eagle, know the bit where Galadriel got near the ring and she went fucking crazy? Imagine a fire-breathing, 100-foot wingspan eagle that could kill you.
That was Tolkien's excuse, because this whole thing.
There's a thing.
This was a thing in the books. This was a thing way before it was a thing in the movies.
The publisher was going, "Why don't you use the fucking eagles?"
This goes back 70 fucking years. Like, and all these people that have seen the movies go, "Why don't you use the eagles?" Like it's a new thing. It's like, oh no, because Lord of the Rings, before they were movies, they were books.
Yes,
and people said the same thing because people could read.
Use the fucking eagle.
People used to read back then, yeah.
But yeah, it's just a little aside. But so the Avengers trailers. What else have we got? We got bearded Captain America, who would be, I think he calls himself Nomad or something.
Yes, he's a specific character. But I also think he might get it in this film. I think we're going to see.
It's not Captain America then.
No, he's dropped the mantle Captain America because he got kicked out of the Avengers.
Oh, did he?
Well, no, he didn't kick out. He took himself out of the Avengers, didn't he?
Which one's this?
In Civil War, he leaves the shield behind, so he leaves
wait.
behind the mantle.
I've seen Civil War, but I can't remember.
It's the fight where he fights Tony Stark, and then at the end of it, Tony Stark is still legit, but Captain America is renegade because he then helps his mates escape from prison.
Oh yes, that's where they had the two battles.
Yeah,
they had one half of the Avengers against the other half of the Avengers.
It ends with him taking his mate to Wakanda, and then
the bloke with one arm,
Winter Soldier,
the Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
So it's
okay.
Bucky.
Yeah.
Bucky O'Hare.
Yeah.
Bucky O'Hare. Fucking hell's a TV series. I only watched one episode of Bucky O'Hare.
You only ever watched one?
I didn't like Bucky O'Hare because fucking Andy Peters put me off.
It's funny. I was trying to explain. I'm talking about Andy Peters. When did you have your Andy Peters moment? You know what I mean, right? When you watched him as a kid, right? It was Andy Peters and Ed the Duck, right? And then he went off air for years, right?
Yeah.
And then he came back on. And you went, oh my god, he's a massive gay boy.
Well, no. Have you seen? He's fucking well built.
Oh no, don't mean that the thing, but you never, as a kid, you were so innocent. You never realised how camp
he was. Yeah,
he was, and it's so funny because Andy Peters does all the sort of informant videos for Emirates. He does really
for Emirates Airlines.
Airlines, because we flew back on Emirates, and it's like Andy Peters. So I was trying to because I started laughing because every time I hear Andy Peters' voice in the Monday, it just makes me laugh. And I was trying to explain to my wife the Andy Peters moment when he had that sudden realisation.
My God, he's gay.
And
yeah. He's but
he was still the best thing on Saturday morning TV for years, really.
In his closet. No, he was in the closet.
He was in the fucking closet.
He was literally
in the closet.
I wonder if anybody's ever made that joke privately.
How many times do you think he came out of that and went, "I want to break free"?
He was probably,
and prances down
the road. I imagine he probably
one
did
of
that
his best.
he felt like.
One of his best mates is Chris Moyles, and he's made that joke behind
closed doors.
Know
it.
You know he has.
You know he's made that. Yeah.
So right, okay. So we've got so we had the Captain America thing, which somehow we got onto fucking Andy Peters. So we got Captain America, manly stud, and
not
Andy
so manly
Peters,
stud.
He's manly, but he's a bit
camp.
Yeah. So yeah, Captain America's in it. They got Winter Soldier. Looks like he gets his arm back.
He's using Wakandan technology.
Yeah, so he gets his arm back. Well, he didn't have the arm at the end of the thingy.
No, he was frozen at the end of the...
Okay, alright. So not sure he gets his fucking arm back. And the great bit is when you got old Black Panther, he turns around, points at Captain America and goes, "Get that man a shield." To which someone replies, "No, but we got a nice tea tray." in the lobby.
I actually think that trailer tells us something. I think Bucky's going to be in Black Panther. I think Bucky's going to have something.
Yeah, no, that was the thing.
Because there needs to be something that joins the dots.
Now, hang on a second. Bucky's the token white guy. Because it's reversed, so Bucky's the token white guy for this one. So he'll be playing... what's his mush? He'll be playing Falcon to Black Panther.
Falcon's in it because we saw a very brief clip of Falcon.
Yeah.
The only Avenger, he's not really Avenger, but the only one we haven't seen is Ant-Man.
Yeah. Because he's got a whole movie in between.
He's too small. He was there. You just couldn't see him.
So we got the trailer. Oh, fucking hell. Thanos looks as hard as nails. We know that he's got 2 stones. Right, so hang on a second.
What are they?
And the other thing was Vision had a human face. That I found interesting.
Had a human face. He's got an associate. Thanos has got an associate called something Glaive. I can't remember his fucking name. He looks like he's the one who takes the soul gem from.
Yeah,
vision.
I mean that.
Oh,
was
so
gonna
that
happen.
gem
Gem in his
is...
head.
That's one of the. It's
Yeah.
the soul gem. There's only one that we don't know.
Right,
What does
so
that do
we
for
got
vision?
Right, hang on a second. There's one there's the ether, which is the red one.
Yeah, we know that.
We got the tesseract, which is the blue one.
Yeah, the
Got
green.
the time one, which is the green one.
Which what's the space?
Thing's got. It's the soul gem that's missing. That's the one that's missing. The soul gem.
There's one still to come.
That's
I think,
the yellow
yeah.
one. Soul
No,
gem.
the yellow one we know where.
Hang on. No, is that mind gem then?
I think it's the soul one that you I can't remember.
It's
Unless
the mind
probably-
gem.
One of them.
It's the mind gem or the soul gem we're missing.
One of the ones we still don't
It
know
must
the
be the
location.
soul
of.
gem because he picked up fucking
Because
the hammer.
The red one was in Thor 2. The purple
Yeah.
one was in Guardians of the Galaxy 1.
And the blue one was the tesseract.
And the
from
blue one was
Avengers.
the Tesseract. And the yellow one is in Vision Z. Well,
Yeah.
it was until that trade.
Because it was Loki's scepter before that.
So tell me, right? I never really.
All right.
I never really asked
Okay, so
before.
what it is you've
he's got this gem in his forehead.
Yes.
What does that do for him?
It was the thing that kind of brought him to life for all intents and
So that
purposes.
brings him,
But
does it
it's
give him
one
his
of-
powers, or has he got powers
He
anyway?
gets powers from it as well.
He
But he doesn't know how to control those powers.
Does
from
he
it.
have?
That's how
if
he
that's
picks up-
removed, does he still have powers?
Well, we don't know.
That's the question.
In
Do
the
they kill
comics,
him?
it
Do
didn't,
it?
in the comics, it didn't kill him.
Right.
But that's how he picks up Thor's hammer.
Yeah.
Because Thor uses some of his energy to birth him, in effect, in Avengers: Age of Ultron.
Yes.
So you
he
know
does
when.
pick up the hammer,
Yes,
doesn't
he
he?
does.
Smashes the lightning
And
into the thing.
that confused the fuck out of whoever. Did Thor see him pick up?
Yeah, that was,
Yeah,
it was one of the
literally.
jokes.
So how can we trust him? And he hands him his hammer.
Because there's a whole party joke. There's a whole party joke at the beginning when they're on the party and Thor's doing the whole thing where nobody else can pick it up, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah,
and
I remember that.
I was one of those very long, burning jokes because you're like, okay, that's not that funny. And then obviously about an hour after that the thing in the movie, then Vision picks it up and you're like, oh, now I get the joke. They set that whole joke up.
Yeah.
Very Joss Whedon, that.
Yeah. Okay. Right. So I don't know. What,
Okay, so we're
when they
missing-
combine
we're-
these stones,
When they combine these stones in the gauntlet, he can control everything.
the world,
Yeah, because what he does, he gets one of them, so he gets the time gem, so he can control time. Yeah,
right?
he gets the reality stone, which I think is which one's the reality stone?
Is that the one
That
that
might be the
Vision's
one
got?
that's missing. Because I think the mind one is the yellow one.
No, it would be, I said that was the soul. Hang on,
No, right. The time one is the green one.
yes,
The blue one is the energy one.
power,
Power. The red one is the death one.
space.
What, death. The purple one. What was the purple one? The purple one in
No, we got to fucking.
We're going to have to do our research because
fuck.
you can tell we're
We're a bit-
thoroughly knowledgeable here.
Yeah.
Put it this way though, just to go back to what I was saying. In the comics, he kills Tony Stark with the Infinity
He
Gauntlet.
kills everyone.
Yeah,
No, he kills everyone.
Yeah,
with
but
the exception of Beta Ray Bill, Strange, and someone else. I can't. fucking
Spider-Man.
remember. No, Spider-Man kills it. Gets killed too.
He becomes back.
Yeah, they all come back at the end when the one at the end of Guardians of the Galaxy 2, what's his name? Adam something. Adam Warlock.
Adam Warlock.
Yeah, when Adam Warlock.
Ooh. Do you reckon that whole thing at the end of Guardians of the Galaxy 2 means that Adam Warlock might turn up here, or they're going to save him?
Yeah,
for his
yeah,
three?
Adam Warlock. They, for all intents and purposes, the Guardians and Thor might be going to get Adam Warlock.
That could be a whole thing.
Yeah.
Because they did introduce Adam Warlock at the end of Guardians of the Galaxy 2. It's one of the 5 deleted scenes.
Yeah,
Because she goes, I'll call him Adam. And I was like,
Yes.
okay, that's an Adam Warlock reference.
Okay, what I can do, I can list the name of the gem and the colour,
All right.
and tell you basic capability.
All right,
if you'd like.
Go on,
Yes,
go on,
yes,
Tough
'cause
Features.
you are our researcher.
I've,
Get on it.
I've clearly wikied this
No, hang on.
because this is not off the top of my head. As much as I'd like to pretend.
Okay.
His Google powers are strong.
These Google fans are strong.
Right. To start with, you've got the soul gem, which is green.
Hang on, no.
Yeah, they changed the colours
In the
thing.
comics, okay, so
So
This is probably from the comics.
Yep.
Okay.
There's 6 Infinity Gems. Right. And this allows the user to steal, control, manipulate, and alter living and dead souls.
Okay.
that's
It's also
one
the
that's missing.
gateway to idyllic pocket universe.
That's the one that's missing in the films.
At full potential, the soul gem
Right,
grants
so we
the
think the
user
soul gem's the
life
one.
over
It's
all
the
life
soul
in the
gem
universe.
that's missing.
We think it's a soul gem, but let's go through it.
So you got the time gem, which is orange.
Which is the green one, and that's in Strange.
Yeah,
So this one's orange.
yeah, we know, we
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
we know what
that's
he
it,
does. So
yeah.
we know.
Okay.
What
For the benefit of the listeners, allows the user to see to see into the past and the future, stop, slow down, speed up, or reverse the flow of
Which
time.
is pretty much what he does in
Yeah.
Doctor Strange, yeah.
He's mastered that.
So that's green in the cinematic universe.
Right, okay. So that it says, at full potential, the time gem grants the user omniscience and total control over the past, present, and future.
Okay.
Next one is the space gem, which is purple.
Space Gem, that's the Tesseract.
What does it do?
Allows the user to exist in any location,
Yeah.
move any object anywhere
Because
throughout reality.
That's the
Skull.
Tesseract, yeah.
Oh, Red Skull's going to come back.
Well, that's what I've been waiting for that. I have
Do you
been
think
waiting for that.
Do you think Red
He's
Skull's going
got
to
to
come
come back because
Do you watch the event,
is
the
he
first Avenger, Captain America: The First Avenger? Have you seen
he
that?
was
yeah.
transported in the thing.
Yeah.
He's not dead.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I've been waiting for a very long time for the Red Skull to come back.
So we've got the Space Gem, which is the Tesseract one.
So, it says, laws of physics, blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
At full potential, the space gem grants the user omnipresence. That's everywhere
Okay.
at any time, isn't it? Next one is mind, which is blue.
The mind one is the one.
Loki, because he was using it to control people's minds.
No, that was the Loki Pokey stick which he used.
Which went to Vision. So the Vision's got the mind gem.
But the
He's got the mind gem now. I think about it.
So Vision, the one that's had that gem taken,
he's got the mind
that's
gem.
the mind.
So we've tracked that
yes,
one down.
because he took it out of the Loki Pokey stick.
Oh God, you and your Loki Pokey stick.
The
Leave
Loki,
my
I've forgotten
Shrinkyverse.
that. It was blue. It was blue in Avengers, but they broke the stone little yellow
and
thing.
they came out.
Yeah,
and then you
I've
see
forgotten that.
Yeah.
In Age of Ultron, that's the
Anyway,
Loki Pokey stick.
next one, the Loki fucking Pokey.
Yeah. So that's
knows the Loki Pokey and turns around, and that's
It
what
was
it's
Loki
all
Pokey
about.
stick.
So now to get on with.
So for the benefit of the listener, allows the user to enhance their mental and psionic abilities and access the thoughts and dreams of other beings.
That's how he took people over.
The mind gem is also the manifestation of the universal subconscious. Right. Next one is the reality gem, which is apparently yellow.
That's the ether.
Yeah.
The reality one.
Allows the user to fulfill their wishes, even if the wish is in direct contradiction with scientific laws.
I think that's the one that's meant to be the red ship.
Yeah, that's the ether.
Too, yeah.
Shit. Go on.
Do things which would normally be impossible, alter reality on a universal scale, and create any type of alternate reality the user wishes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the red ship.
Last one is the power gem, which is red.
Which is the one from Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
Allows the user to enhance their physical strength and durability.
So we're missing the soul gem.
We're missing the soul gem, yeah.
And I reckon that Adam Warlock's got the soul gem.
You could be right.
Because in the comic books, Adam Warlock and two others were hidden away inside the soul gem for safekeeping.
Although it could still be hidden on Earth because there was a speculation it was in Wakanda.
We don't know yet, but it's the soul gem's the missing one.
That's the one that's not turned up in the cinematic universe.
Okay, so we've got...
So
it's the soul gem that's missing. That's the one he needs.
They're saying access and manipulate all forms of energy and boost the effects of the other 5 gems. So it boosts the effect of the other 5 gems.
Okay.
So this is the key one.
I've just realised something. Hang on a second. In the trailer, he puts the blue one into the gauntlet, yeah?
Yes, because we
hang on a second. And the purple one's already in there.
He's got the purple one,
which
we know
means that he's been to and attacked Xandar.
Yeah, we know that.
How do we know?
Because what's-his-face's thing gets fucked up at the end of Guardians of the Galaxy 1, and he had the stone. The guy that... when you first see Howard the Duck...
At the end of Guardians of the Galaxy 1... No. They left it with the Nova Core.
No, they didn't.
They left it with the... No, they didn't. They left it with the Nova Core. They had a big thing and they had like a big vault and everything. They left it with the Nova Core.
Okay, was it at the end of Thor 2 that somebody gives one of the stones to the Collector?
Because the ether one goes to the Collector.
Yeah. So,
which is the red one in the universe, but he has a purple one in the gauntlet. Or maybe it's that one.
So it does say, at full potential, the power gem grants the user omnipotence, not to be confused with
impotence.
And you knew where I was going. Anyway, forgive me if I'm wrong. When we watched that trailer, his gauntlet only had
the blue and the purple one.
Only had 4
No, he had 2
slots.
He had 2 in it.
No,
he had 6 slots.
He had 2
slots.
in.
There's a big one here. No, there's a big one there.
There's another one. When you see,
So that's only 5.
we've seen it. There's 6.
And
There's 4 along there and 1 in the middle.
So it's got all the fingers and one on the back. That's what the
we've
drawing
So
is.
that's 5.
No, we've already seen the gauntlet twice
6.
in the Marvel universe, right? There's
5
a
fingers,
1, 2, 3, 4.
And
One in the
for
middle.
each finger and one for the
Yeah,
thingy.
you're just
Hang on.
looking at the different angle of it. We've seen it at the end of... Which one did we see at the end of? Was it Civil War?
He goes, no, it's end of Ultron. He goes, I'll do it myself.
Yeah, at the end of Ultron, he says he do, and you see it there. You see it
Right.
in 4-3 because it's a joke, because they're in the vaults of Asgard, and he picks up the Infinity Gauntlet, and Loki just goes fake, like that.
No,
And
not Loki.
it
was Hela.
thing goes, oh, it's a fake, and then throws it away, which was just like this running joke because we know
There you
the
go,
Infinity Gauntlet's coming.
And so, oh, come on, you tart feature.
Yeah, there you go. That's what
Oh,
it
I
was
got
saying.
you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
okay.
look.
From the
Each finger and one in the centre.
But
to
you only
control
saw-
the lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry
one,
for the
stone
listeners.
to rule them all.
You'll have to Google that.
One
Infinity
one
Gauntlet.
stone to find them.
Yeah, it is pretty along those lines.
it does say on here there was a couple of extra ones, but in crossover media and alternate universes, which
Yeah,
I
there's
don't
been-
think.
Yeah.
Different versions of it.
But
And
this is the one thing you
There's
need
a
to
gold and a
remember
pink
about
one.
the Infinity Gauntlet, yeah? It controls everything in the universe, but only that universe.
Oh, not.
Yeah.
That's the get out clause. That's where Stephen Strange comes in, where you've got the mirror universe and all the other universes that
you've
you
got the
can pop into.
multiple, the multiverse.
Yeah, so he
or,
can
or
pop in and
Marvel's
out.
version of the multiverse.
Yeah.
But talking of the multiverse,
Talking of the multiverse, we got the big DC TV crossover event Planet X, which I really enjoyed, with the exception of two things. One was a stupid comment that was made, and the other one was the death of a character.
well, you see, here's the first thing, right? The thing that's
significant.
yeah, we'll tell you in a minute.
Yeah,
But
significant.
we knew it was
I
coming.
haven't
We
just-
knew it was coming.
I haven't seen.
All right,
this.
so let me just paint a picture, if you will. Right, you got all the planets in the multiverse. They said there's 52 of them, which is limiting, I'd say, around to say, and they're going to regret saying there's 52 of them. But there's a 53rd one, and on the 53rd one, the Nazis won the war. Yeah, and because the Nazis won the war, they control the planet and everything. And at the beginning, you find out that the people in that universe have figured out how to cross over. Cut to Central City, Barry Allen asking, has everyone replied? You get a nice little kind of montage of everyone, like back in time in their universe, in Star City, etc. And they're all like, yeah, reply. So
oh, is that through their interdimensional
Yeah.
whatever? What are they replying for?
Barry
Barry's
and
wedding?
Iris's wedding.
Oh, so he's
Yeah.
invited people.
He's invited on. Have you been watching Legends of Tomorrow at all?
No.
Right then, so you won't know who the cat. It was obvious who
Yeah.
was going to die. in
Yeah,
this.
but I thought we was going to get it at the end of Legends of Tomorrow. I didn't think they were going to.
But they didn't do that. The thing I liked about the thing.
No. Let's go through the story. Let's just do the first episode, because the first episode was a Supergirl episode.
That's what I was about to lead into. What I was trying to explain was what they've done in the past with these crossovers is it's been a bit of a con. They say it's a 4-night event, and the last 2 years, the Supergirl episode has been a standalone episode, and then right at the end of it, it starts off with the crossover.
They only did it once.
Twice.
No, they haven't done it
No, they've
twice.
only done one.
Oh, they've
They've
only
done
done one crossover, but they did. It was a con.
It was a con
No.
because
Yeah.
Barry and
They just sort of turn up at the end and go, "Can I
Whereas
help?"
this didn't feel like a Supergirl episode, an Arrow episode, a Flash episode. This felt like a Defenders style mini series over 2 nights.
I think they went.
And that's what I loved about this. And I love the intro because they somehow managed to make all 4 themes and mash them together, and it worked.
Yes.
Oh, it on the Arrow startup sequence. You know, at the start usually the credits and stuff, and then you see it goes Arrow, and then the thing pop up.
Yeah, and this
They've been doing not just Arrow, but some other
Yeah,
symbols.
because they're
popping
now
up.
arguing
Is that
it-
because of that?
No, they're arguing now that the Arrow is more of an ensemble thing. It has been because with the whole Ollie temporarily giving up the mantle of the Green Arrow, and now he's back again because obviously he's found out that.
Oh,
what's his
so
face?
those symbols are actually the people who
Yes.
work in this team.
Yes.
Yeah, that's Mr. Terrific.
Oh, so it's his team's.
Yes, they're all
thing.
they're all the things. But anyway,
Right.
Garth will now explain the whole story.
Okay.
But I just wanted to mention that.
Right. Have you ever read the Spider-Man comics? Every time Peter Parker goes to get married, something fucking awful happens.
Right.
So Barry and Iris are trying to get married, so they have like their pre.
They have the rehearsal dinner,
The
which
rehearsal
I never
dinner.
understand in America.
Yeah, no, I never understood having a rehearsal dinner. So they have their rehearsal dinner, where they invite everyone along, and they all get pissed, and Sarah Lance gets together with what's the mush?
Alex.
Old Rory starts taking an eye to Killer Frost, Caitlin, and Barry has this lovely chat with Oliver, saying, "Oh, you like her and everything, and that you should get married, you should do it." So he goes all right, and then so builds up the courage, has a few drinks, goes up to old Felicity, and this is the bit where Felicity might win the most annoying character in the episode. He asks about marrying her, to which she says no, and she says it's so fucking loud everybody hears.
I don't agree with you about Felicity being annoying, because
for that episode.
She explains it afterwards why she initially doesn't want to marry him, and you kind of understand. Yeah, she's a bit irritating there, but at least they explain it off. At least they kind of redeem her, unlike Iris.
No, as long as they have a very tangible reason, because it looks like so far what I've seen, marriage is literally like a step away.
The first episode you get, oh for fuck's sake, not again, because Ollie and Felicity belong together. It's been a long time coming. It's just like, get on with it now. You split them up for like a season and a half, and it got really annoying for no reason. Really,
it wasn't even a good. They always come up with some wishy-washy little reason that wouldn't wash in the real world.
It was bollocks. But basically, here she doesn't want to marry him. And you're like, why? And then I think it's the second or third episode she explains it, and then you go, okay, that kind of makes sense. And then you go, okay, you're redeemed. They still, and we'll probably never do that with Iris.
Anyway, right. So anyway, that happens at the pre-breakfast lunch, or whatever you want to call it. Yeah. So they get into the church. Yeah. Barry's gone. Supergirl goes, I know you got a lot of super powers. Can you try one that's not so super? Singing. And it's like, can you sing? It's like, all right, fair enough. So she sings, and she sings as they're coming in and everything, and they get together, and the whole figure's going, we're gathered here today, even though I don't know you guys, it's quite clearly that you're really liked that, and then all of a sudden he gets vaporised, and the fucking evil SS version of Supergirl fucking appears.
That reminds me of something from the previous crossover, where didn't Barry and Supergirl have to do a Glee episode?
Yes. That's what I said to her about singing.
That was a.
Why do they always bring this back in?
Because that's where they came from.
That's because they can sing.
Yeah, just because they have
no, but it worked. It worked
in this episode. It worked.
It worked.
Okay. The previous one was a bit.
No, hang on a second,
wasn't it?
It didn't. There's no sense of crowbar here. All right.
No, having her sing at the wedding made sense.
Yeah.
It was natural.
It was natural. It just made the music, instead of having "Here Comes the Bride," which is a bit fucking
all that one.
Yeah. They did it like this, and it kind of worked. Anyway, Supergirl does that, and all of a sudden a fucking ruck breaks out. Yeah,
Nazis. Mate.
So you've got Wally West, who's fucking evacuating everyone. Who did a fucking
who then just disappeared.
No, he got stunned by the evil version of the Arrow.
Did he?
Yeah, the Arrow goes to shoot him. He grabs hold of the Arrow, doesn't let go of the Arrow, looks at him, laughs because he dodged the Arrow, and then all of a sudden the Arrow's got like a charge on it, and it knocks him spark out. Yeah, so he gets knocked out.
That was Wally out for the entire rest of the thing.
From what I'm gathering is you've got World 53.
The Nazis have invaded our world.
And the Nazis control what? And the same abilities are with these people. So they've got that
mirror version.
Nazi Supergirl, Nazi Arrow, Nazi...
but the Nazi Arrow isn't just Nazi Arrow. He is Mein Führer.
Yes.
He is the leader of like the modern Nazi party. They basically say that Hitler was a bit of a knob.
The reason they say that is because Oliver is supposed to be blonde and blue.
Yeah, he's Aryan, and as is Supergirl, and so she's like evil and twisted. Yeah. So there's basically twisted versions of them. But the thing I found quite cool was that Captain. No.
That's further on.
Okay,
that's further on. So we just with the wedding. So we have the invasion. Mick Rory was fucking asleep during the wedding and only woke up for the fighting.
Mick Rory,
the fire guy from DC's Legend Tomorrow. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Caitlin's old boyfriend.
No. That's.
No, it's the black dude now.
No, he's not. He's no. You're thinking of Ronnie Raymond. Mick Rory was partners with Captain Cold.
He was a baddie.
He was the fire starter.
Oh,
he's one of the
gun.
He's one of the legends now.
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
But he was fucking great in it because all of a sudden they have this massive ruck. Yeah. Supergirl's fighting the other Supergirl. Yeah. To the point that she then knocks him out. Yeah. And she knocks her out. Sorry, and gets the upper fucking hand. To which the Nazis then retreat. So the Nazis retreat. The church is in a complete fucking mess. To which he replies, "Best wedding ever."
Who does?
Rory.
And then the episode ends. Well, not the episode ends. The main part of the episode ends, and then you go to the epilogue where they're sitting there. They've caught the bad world's version of Prometheus, who they're going to interrogate. Yeah, so everyone naturally thinks that Prometheus is
Prometheus,
the dickhead from the last series of Arrow.
But it's not.
But it's not. Yeah, but that's the next episode. So
I can't remember who Prometheus is. Is he the guy with the?
He's
he was the baddie in the last Arrows.
Is he wearing the suit and shooting people?
No, he's got like bandages faced and stuff like that.
He was the bad guy in the last series of Arrow.
The
one that was the kind of lawyer for Ollie, and then makes Ollie, relive all the bad things.
Oh,
he's the one that blows up the island at the end. Yeah, right. So you think it's him, but then when he in the second episode, very soon on, he rips off the helmet. It's not. It's Ollie's best mate from the first
season 1 who died in
I've forgotten his name.
Tommy.
Yeah, Tommy. So basically, what's her face's half brother?
Yeah. Thea's half brother.
Thea's half brother, who wasn't in the whole.
Well, Thea's. I think the actress is actually genuinely ill with something.
Well, she woke up at the end of the last Arrow episode.
Yeah, but in real life, I think.
I think she's been out of it for quite a while.
Yeah.
But yeah, so then you go into this whole next bit, and it's
so you go into the next episode, and you get to see the bad side with the Arrow and Flash, and who turns up. Who turns up? Who do you think the opposite of the Flash is in the Nazi universe?
Mr. Cold? I don't know.
No, it's the Reverse Flash, the actual Reverse Flash.
But it's the twist is he's not a doppelganger. He's somehow still the same Reverse Flash, but because the actor was busy filming something else, who played him in Legends last year, it was Harrison Wells again. So he was wearing a different face, and the joke is he was wearing a different face. But it is the same Reverse Flash.
Yeah. Which confused the fuck out of everyone, because it's like but he died, and what fucking order is this happening in? And it's like, you got to think of him like River's song, where the relationship goes backwards.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just do that, because it's easier, alright? There's no complication when you go into that kind of realm. But you had the Reverse Flash in there, and it turns out that Supergirl is dying, and they need to steal a red sunlight generator.
So they're basically, she needs a heart transplant, and the only person that can give her a heart transplant is our Supergirl.
Yeah.
So, and in order to
so Nazi Supergirl is dying.
Well, the Fuhrer,
and she needs a heart.
So Ollie is in love. Ollie, the evil doppelganger Supergirl is evil Mein Fuhrer Ollie's
girlfriend, wife.
And it turns out the only reason that they're invading is so that Ollie can save his wife, because it's not what they did was they didn't just make them 2D evil. They made them evil but with heart, if you know what I mean. So the two clearly they're nasty bastards, but they clearly love each other.
Yeah.
So it was quite. What I quite liked about it was quite complex. They developed the characters a bit. They weren't just we have ways of making you talk Nazis. Nazis were the soul, a nasty soul, but a soul.
Right.
So basically, in order to save her, they have to get Supergirl's heart. So the only way to do that is to depower her.
Yes, so they have a fight in a fucking car park in an office block next to a building.
Well, budget.
I know. But this was the line. This is the second episode, and I think it was the Arrow episode, yeah. And they had a line where they were describing their universe, to which they went, "Our universe is a meritocracy." To which I went, "That's not a bad thing. That's how the Olympics work, if I remember correctly, and the Football League, and loads of things."
It was blatantly made to a budget, but it's still better than. Put it this way: they did a DC superhero team up. Way better than the Justice League. So much better than the big budget movie currently airing in cinemas, and then you've got the little Blanty TV DC universe comes along and does 4-episode team up, which was just so fucking much better.
Yeah.
Than
anyway, to get back to what would happen, so that happens. Yeah, they have a fight in a car park. Everything breaks out. Yeah. The good guys basically get caught and sent to EarthX or Earth 53. Where they've got these collars on, which is the depowered.
Yeah, they're metahuman depowers.
Yeah,
and they are in a concentration camp. Very nice.
And this is the funny thing: is they then meet the gayest superhero, or the second gayest superhero in the Flarrow universe.
It's not Mr. Fantastic, is it?
No, it's a guy called Ray.
But he's played
Ray-Ban?
Yes, his name is Rayman.
Yeah, he's Ray-Ban.
Well, I thought I said Ray-Ban.
Oh, Ray-Ban. No,
although there's a Ray-Ban joke in there.
There's an English actor called Russell Tovey who was in Being Human. He was in Doctor Who where he was Alonso.
Because he really is gay.
Yeah.
Russell Tovey's gay, and the rumour is he was, Russell T. Davis's other half.
Really? No, I thought he said Russell T. I'm sure Russell T. Davis was another guy who
anyway,
he was another writer.
He was the gay guy that worked on the ship in who then gets set up with Captain Jack right at the end.
But the long and short of it is, we know Nigel won't remember that.
Yeah.
We're hoping the listeners will remember that. But yeah, so we've got him, it turns out to be the gayest superhero. It's funny. I'm laughing because I've got a problem with it.
It doesn't turn up and go,
hiya! Wait.
Yeah,
because he's the second gayest one.
Oh, okay.
Because the gayest one in the thing, he turns out to be Captain fucking Cold.
Captain Cold is his boyfriend. So the doppelganger Captain Cold is, and there's a full-on male passionate kiss kind of snogging going on. And the one thing that the DC does well here is they handle this.
I think no way. I felt that was so funny. It was not handled well. I felt I could sense Crowbar in. There was a couple of times that they were kissing like two straight men would kiss each other.
Yeah, but they are, one of them is a straight.
Seriously?
Well, but yeah, Wentworth Miller is straight.
I thought Wentworth Miller was gay.
Is he?
I'm sure Wentworth Miller was gay.
I thought he was straight, and Russell
Tovey
is gay.
I'm not sure about Russell Tovey, but
Tovey is gay in real life.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm getting a very big sense of I'm the only gay in the village.
Well, no, only two gays in the Nazi Republic of America.
Yeah, and basically they're locked up because they're gay.
What was his name?
So it wasn't really Crowbar.
Wentworth Miller.
Wentworth Miller.
Anyway, the long story is they get sent to a Nazi camp, and then they get rescued and they meet up with the Resistance. And it turns out that the Resistance, is run by who's the toy maker's son now? I can't remember his name.
The guy in Supergirl.
The computer tech.
What's his fucking name?
I can't remember his name.
We always do this.
But he's the general.
But he's in charge of the whole thing, and he's
the Nazi side.
He's on the Nazi side. So
he's not on the Nazi side.
No, he's not on the Nazi side.
He's in EarthX. He's the leader of the Viva la Resistance.
So he's the Resistance leader.
Yeah, but he didn't say, pay attention, I will say this only once.
Which I wish they would have done.
I wish they'd done that.
Anyway, they find out that, that the Nazis have a spatial generator which allows them to jump dimensions, and they also have their version of the Wave Rider.
They do.
Wentworth Miller is gay.
Okay.
I'm sure. I wasn't going crazy. I'm sure
it came out in 2007.
Yeah, I'm sure it was brought up when he was
fair enough. I didn't know.
And losing weight and stuff.
I did not know that, but fair enough.
Well, actually, it says here in 2007, Miller denied to InStar magazine that he was gay. However, he came out as gay in August 2013.
But it was the bit where he interacts with Rory and.
Yeah, because Rory. Yeah,
Rory's like, what?
What the fuck? And he's all give me a hug. It's like, what? The thing is, he's got the proper costume. He's got the proper costume and the proper glasses and everything.
Yeah.
But he's not cold. It's really warm and fuzzy.
He does the same sort of comic book evil cold voice, doesn't he?
Yeah.
But he's really gay.
Yeah. And fluffy.
I thought it worked. You might have had an issue with it. I thought it worked.
It was there was just certain elements of it. It did feel like two straight men kissing because they were like.
Yeah, but then that's partly. I would say the same thing about the Maggie and Alex relationship was very. No, a lot of people have praised this in America, saying that it was the greatest thing ever, and it's done a lot for,
No, it's not. We know this shit.
But I felt that the Alex and Maggie story was far more stereotypical than these two. I thought it was more natural.
Oh, it was. No, it was more interesting. I wouldn't say natural because it didn't quite play off. In my eyes, didn't quite come off right. But. It was far more interesting than the Maggie.
Again, to me, they
Sarah
didn't
story.
do what Hollywood typically does and what Supergirl did, where they had big fucking neon signs going, look at how fucking, forward-thinking we are. We've got gay people.
Hang on a second.
There was none of that there. There was none of the
we're gay. Thanks for asking.
We're kissing and we are so forward-thinking. Yeah. And, we're so...
Where's our praise? That's what that is, isn't it?
Yeah, we're modern Hollywood kind of thing. There was none of that. To me, it was just natural.
Hang on a second. You just remind me of the best thing in the first episode. When Oliver kills fucking Jimmy Olsen. easily. At the very start of the episode, Jimmy Olsen's in it.
He fucks
and they have a
over
fight, and he kills him off. I've got a feeling the production staff don't like him.
He fucks him up, yeah. But I loved his shield.
Who does what to who?
All right, at the very this is something I missed. But at the very beginning of this whole thing,
First episode,
the very first episode, and like the first couple of minutes, the tease section of it, the Nazis are trying to find the good guys' hideout where they've got this dimensional rift generator thing. Yeah, so they chase down to the warehouse.
This is on EarthX.
Yeah, it's on EarthX. So you've got the arrow. He literally killing off the guards left, right, and centre, which is quite nice. And it makes things a lot easier. So killing all these guards off left, right and centre who are defending it, and all of a sudden it goes, oh, we've sent you to try and defend me. It goes, how pitiful. And it's Jimmy Olsen in his Guardian costume. Yeah,
so it's the doppelganger Guardian.
Jimmy Olsen, yeah.
And he makes out like he's about to kick Ollie's ass, and Ollie just fucks him up.
Yeah, he fucks him up, and quickly too, so it looks embarrassing.
And then,
Nazi
Oliver. Nazi Mein Führer Ollie. Has ways of killing him very quickly.
So anyway, getting back to where we were in the storyline, they meet up with the Resistance after being rescued by Captain Cold from the concentration camp and finding Ray, the second gayest superhero in the DC universe.
I found his name. Win.
Oh, it was Win. Yeah, so Win's in charge.
General Win.
Yeah, so Win gets to the so the Win then says, you can use the generator, but you've only got an hour to do it because I'm going to destroy it shortly after.
Going to go back and doing the whole Camp Nazi thing, right? The one thing I noticed in the first 2 episodes was there was no Camp Nazis. It was like, come on, this is comic book, right? At some point, you have to have a Camp Nazi turn up and go, we have ways of making your talk. And they did it in the 3rd episode. And guess who it was? It wasn't who I was expecting it to be.
It was Paul Blackthorne.
It was what's her face?
Sarah
Lance's dad. You know, the copper in Arrow.
Yeah.
Oh,
Detective Lance.
Detective Lance.
And he was fucking brilliant.
He had an English. He put his English voice on for that.
He does this evil English accent, and he truly was camp evil, and it was brilliant.
What British camp?
He is British.
He's English.
He's English.
Okay.
Yeah.
But instead of it being a Nazi,
see, he was doing a Britain. Yeah,
but he was that typical
villain.
He was the when I say camp, I'm talking comic book camp. You know,
right.
As in, you know, we have ways of making you talk kind of thing. Yeah. He was a bit like that, but you needed to have that because you've got all these Nazis running around. Come on, you've got to do the whole comic book nasty villain, somebody you want to kind of kill, but it's kind of a bit camp kind of thing. And he was that, and he was fucking brilliant in that role.
Yeah, so
it was really good.
Anyway, if we go back, we've got Supergirl's been caught by the Nazis, which we kind of glossed over. Yeah, and so she can get her heart removed, and the others have been trapped in the other dimension, which they're trying to escape. Yeah, that includes the Legends as well.
I don't know if you mentioned it, but I'll look forward to the episode to see how they capture. Does she just run out of energy?
No,
something.
That was a trap.
No, we won't tell you how he captures.
It's a trap, basically.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a bit of a general. What's his face? It's a trap bit, but
it's a trap. Oh no, it's not. I just like saying that.
But yeah, without going into things, so basically that you've got Supergirl's left on our Earth 1 in Star Labs, which has been taken over by the Nazis, and then the others are all trapped on EarthX in the Nazi concentration camp secret bunker thing that has the jump drive in it. Yeah. So that's all going on, and then General Win basically is a cold-hearted bastard who just knows that all the evil Nazis are on the other Earth, so he's going to blow up the thing, and he doesn't care about the others getting back. So he's like, I'm going to blow it up, and they beg him to give him a moment. So he goes, oh, okay, I'll give you 1 hour, and then of course, typically halfway through them attacking this thing in the 4th episode, he changes his mind and sends in
the Red Tornado.
So
that was a bad guy in Supergirl, an android that she fought. So she sent in the Red Tornado to destroy the building. But whilst all of that was happening, there was another story arc between Jax and Martin, who are Firestorm, and Cisco and Harrison Wells has figured out how to separate them. But the downside is that it can't be Firestorm anymore. Yeah, so he can do that. So any one of them can take this thing, and then they stop being Firestorm.
Throughout the whole of the beginning of this season of Legends Tomorrow, they've been building up to the fact that Martin wants to leave.
Yeah.
So And to be honest, I thought he was going to leave. We knew the actor Vincent something.
Victor Garber.
Garbo. He's a Broadway actor and wants to go back and do a musical on Broadway in real life. So we knew he was going to leave. But okay, the way he leaves in this,
so,
really does choke at the heartstrings.
Yeah. So anyway, they go to
who is he?
Right, stop. Firestorm.
Firestorm.
No, the
professor guy with the
glasses. The professor bloke.
Yeah. Yes.
So what happens is they attack the building with the thing in it. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Right. There was a thing running through. That's where I was. So you fucking interrupted me. There's a thing running through that Cisco and Harrison Wells had figured out how to stop Firestorm. So what's his mush could go home and spend time with his grandkid. Yeah, because that's what he wanted. Okay, and it was like kind of we'll take it after all this stuff's done with. Yeah, and anyway, there's a few hearts to hearts with him, and they're talking about it and. Like Jax doesn't want to give up being Firestorm because he likes it, and at the second,
but he doesn't.
Hang on, for fuck's sake! No, for fuck's sake! Right. So it gets to it, and he's talking about giving up Firestorm and that, and then they have a proper heart to heart where he turns around and goes, "Look, I've never had a dad, and you're the closest thing I've had to a dad, and I don't want to lose you in that fashion. I want you to be around because as I said, I've never had anyone like this in my life." And I couldn't, bear not having you in my life in this kind of capacity. To which he understands that, which happens in that episode, ironically. We'll have beers when this is all done. So they go to do this thing, and they split up as Firestorm, so one of them can repair a power conduit to turn the jump gate thing on, and the other one has to then power it up after, yeah? So Jax goes to rewire it because he's good at that, and then what's his name just needs to flip a switch. Right. But as this is happening, you've got a fucking full-blown war with fucking Nazis and everyone around them, yeah? So he goes to run across, and as he runs across, fucking Nazi shoots him a couple of times in the side.
Once. He gets shot again.
No, he gets shot twice in the side when it starts off. It was a machine gun, for crying out loud, yeah?
I thought he got shot once, and then he's lying in the pool of blood, and as he gets up...
He then gets shot at the beginning of the next episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he then gets shot again at the next episode. Because you see him move, and you think, oh, he might be able to recover from this. They're just playing silly buggers with us.
I knew he was going to die.
And then the cunts then shoot him again. And then...
I knew the minute he was going to die, the minute that Jax went, let's split up. Like, right... This is it. This is where they're going to kill him. I was hoping he would leave, and then have a room to come back, but he doesn't. He gets fucked up, and basically in the 4th episode, the only reason he's still alive is the connection to Firestorm.
Yeah.
And
which then starts killing Jax because he starts getting the bullet wounds.
So there is this really bad moment where he basically says to Jax, "Give me Cisco's magic potion thing, and that will." But Jax is like, "Oh, that'll kill you," and he goes, "I know," and he begs Jax to let him do it because he wants Jax to carry on. So, in a really serious moment, he drinks it and dies, and then Jax has to go and tell the family, and then there's a whole funeral scene. It's really gut wrenching. Which
Keith, I was going to put in order, but fuck it, you ruined it now. Anyway. The long and the short of it goes like this: the Crisis on EarthX, it was really good.
Yeah,
really enjoyable.
But there are some things going forward that change because at the end, because Barry and
how about we leave the end for Nigel as something he can enjoy? So he only knows the bad things.
The ending's really good,
and anyone else who might be listening to this in the UK.
Yeah,
the ending is really good. The end, but it does. A lot after these 4 episodes, it's going to affect all.
Right. Okay. Anyway, Keith, can I ask
question?
Right. Go on.
Which series does it span? So it's
all of them.
Arrow,
all of them.
Supergirl.
So it goes Supergirl.
Legends.
On the one I watched, it goes Supergirl, Arrow, Flash, Legends of Tomorrow.
Yeah. So it was over 2 nights in America, and they moved the Arrow episode, which is usually on a Thursday in America, to the Monday night. So you had Supergirl, Arrow on Monday night, then you had Flash and DC Legends of Tomorrow on Tuesday, which is how they air. So in America, usually...
okay, all right, no, I don't understand. Scheduling information is really boring. And it doesn't quite matter because there's people with different schedules all
Basically,
over.
it was a 2-night, 4-episode event.
Crossover, there you go. That's it. That's
fucking epic.
Which thanks, Dad! which order is it? Like... So it's,
the long and the short of it, Sky will put it in the correct order. Just watch it. It'll go...
It doesn't...
I'll record it.
It doesn't...
And I'll come back to it.
It doesn't air as the individual episodes. It airs as part 1, 2, 3, and 4. It doesn't have all the usual intro things. They aired it as like a mini series in the middle of all of the seasons of.
So it's almost without adverts. It's almost 2 hours.
3 hours.
3 hours.
3 hours, 2 hour and a half bits, because it's about 44 minutes per episode.
About 44, so it's
basically
about 3 hours.
It's basically a movie, which is much better than Justice League.
He could have done with the budget of Justice League.
He could have done with the budget, because it has a hell of a lot more heart. The baddies actually had development. The whole thing was just well done.
This is because we've been watching these characters for a few years now.
And
not legend.
It would have been good if you could have put them in the fucking movie universe.
It serves every character, every major character in all of those shows. It does service to. Even what's his face, what's his face in Arrow, who doesn't turn up until right at the end, but when he does,
at the end,
Diggle gets his service. Because you're like, hang on, where's Diggle?
Yeah,
you don't see Diggle throughout the whole thing, and then he turns up at the end. I won't spoil it, but Diggle's bit is
Diggle's
really good
in it. Just to say that, right? Okay, so now you've just been fucking running roughshod over my fucking commentary.
Do you want to run roughshod over my bit there?
It's your turn to talk about fucking Agents of Travel.
I think you should start watching this again.
Really?
Season 4 was really, really good. They split it up into 3 parts, and they had 3 succinct stories, and they worked. And it was dark, it was far more adult, and it worked. This season so far, it's like they've really turned it up on its thing, and it's a new show again. The thing that I've liked about it since season 4 is it keeps constantly reinvents itself. So there were 3 distinct stories, each different, but they all naturally flowed into each other. And by the end of season 4, you're like, this was actually really watchable and really good.
Right, so go on and tell us what's going on.
And in season 5, the ending of season 4, they after saving the world and blah blah blah, they're all in a diner, and then suddenly the diner goes black, and then Coulson wakes up somewhere he's obviously been for a while, and he basically goes to open up a window and it's in space. And that's how season 4 ended. Okay. You're like, what the fuck? Oh. And season 5 kicks off with what happened previously. So from...
Previously on Agents...
Well, no, it opens up from the perspective of the guys that invaded the diner. And then it's like one of these very, very slowly pulling back the curtain, because you're going, what the fuck is going on? And for the first 2 hours, you're really like, what the fuck is going on? But basically, they're in space. There's no Fitz, because Fitz has been left. And you're beginning to sort of slowly but they're in space, and then you realise about halfway through the first episode that they might be in the future, and then you see that Earth has been destroyed, and basically all you see is like this tiny bit of the globe that's there, and the blue guys, which are the Kree, are running this almost concentration camp thing, and there's some quite funny jokes in it, like because these people have grown up on this space station, never knew what Earth was like, and they went, oh yeah, you used to have storms like Sharknadoes and things like that, and there's quite a lot of joke taking the piss out of Sharknado. But and by the end of the first 2 episodes, you find out that it was Daisy that destroyed the Earth, or at least that's what you're told. But it's quite a lot of effects in it, and it's interesting what's going on. So, and there's a lot of action. There's a lot of story going on. It just feels so much better than... It's a completely different show. But where they're going, but no Fitz. Fitz isn't in this. All we get is a postcard from Fitz at the end of the first episode working on it. So, yeah.
There's quite a few episodes per season.
Yeah.
20 odd.
Yeah, there was 22 episodes in season 4, but there was 3 distinct stories. So you had Ghost Rider in it. So the first part was about Ghost Rider.
And it was them in some Matrix thing.
No, that was the last episode, the framework. And the framework turns back up in this. In a different guise, but the framework's there. The framework's almost like this opium den where basically humans are paying to escape their reality. So they're going into this bastardized version of the original framework.
Okay.
But because in the end of season 4, Fitz is in the thing, but they all forget. And the only one that remembers is Coulson, and the only reason he remembers is because of Tahiti. So that comes back into play. You know, Tahiti, it was a magical place thing, and that's how he manages to remember both realities, but he's the only one. So Fitz is really fucking evil.
Okay.
In this one. So
from the last episodes I saw of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was Series 1, because it was long and dragged out, and
it was until the Captain America...
Yeah, I remember now, because it was... What was it? Was it Winter Soldier?
Yeah.
Winter Soldier came out and you said, oh, it's sort of tipped shit on its head. And like it did midway through the season, that was it. And it did, and people...
And those last few episodes of Season 1 were really good.
The last few, they were, and they found that secret S.H.I.E.L.D. bunker and stuff. And didn't something happen to Fitz in that?
Fitz gets fucked up at the end of Season 1.
And he's almost dead, isn't he?
Yeah, and then in Season 2, it's about him rebuilding his whole thing and everything. And Season 2 then slowed down again, and then they kept playing up on what's-his-face, Eve. The agent guy that was in the first one that then you know is part of Hydra and is evil. They carried on that twist into Season 2, and then Season 3.
Ward.
Yeah, Ward. They carried that on way too far. But they bring Ward back in Season 4, and the minute I saw him in Season 4, I thought, oh, here we go again. But actually, the way they bring Ward back in Season 4, he's in the framework, and he's a nice guy. And he really is nice. He's genuinely a nice guy. And because he's part of the computer program, again, it's tragic when they lose him because he's part of the computer program. But I like the way they brought Ward back in Season 4. But finished with that now. I don't think they should bring him back again. It felt natural to bring him back in Season 4, whereas in Season 3 it didn't. So 2 and 3 with the whole Inhumans thing was a bit lame.
Is it worth, if you've only, like me, seen the first season, is it worth actually watching through 20 seasons to see Season 2?
Skip 2 and 3, come back in Season 4. Because Season 4 has some concise stories. So Season 4, you can come back into it from Season 1. You know all the characters. You don't necessarily need to know what's gone on before, except that Coulson had his hand chopped off. So he's got a fake hand kind of thing. But you don't really need to know why that happened. There's no real character development. Season 4 kicks off.
So nothing really happens between start of Season 2 to the end of Season 3?
Not really, only with Daisy. The only character that really gets developed is Daisy.
And, well, Season 1, if from memory, is like, she was sort of a hacker, wasn't she? But then there seemed to be something...
She was called Skye at that point.
Skye. And there was something a bit different about her, and it seemed that she had DNA of this Creed.
She's Inhuman. Yeah. So she is Inhuman. So they brought the Inhumans into this.
So it was more about, what the fuck is Daisy or Skye? Yeah. What is Skye, and what can she do?
She's Quake.
What's a Quake?
Quake was a one of the Inhumans. So Quake has the ability to
produce Quaker oats.
She shakes.
Or she just passes. She has like an epileptic fit and then just falls over.
But
or she's a Quaker who visits different countries proclaiming the word of God.
Well, she's Quake, who's one of the Inhuman superheroes in the comics.
Right.
And her parents were both fucked up. And you find out who her parents are. Her mother was leader of the Inhumans on Earth. Because there's 2 tribes of Inhumans. Because if you have managed to sit through Marvel's Inhumans TV series, well done. And please stop and go and actually watch something decent.
Didn't even start it. That's what was trying to... I was sitting there going, what episodes does the crossover thing happen? And I thought maybe the Inhumans...
Marvel's Inhumans is so bad... It's no.
we won't talk about that because I haven't even started.
I couldn't even do Gareth's 4-episode rule on that. It was that bad.
Well, that's why the 4 episode. If you can't get to episode 4, then that's the rule. Yeah. So,
but my Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. season 4 was really good, and season 5 seems to be carrying that momentum forward. So if you stop watching it, I think you would have liked season 4. You would have. Season 4 was good. It was totally different. It was darker. It was on later. It was far more adult themed, and it was good. It was watchable. It was entertaining.
Did it have any boobies?
No, but Skye's not exactly bad looking. She wears some sexy stuff.
She's relatively nice, isn't she?
She's a good looking girl, and Maggie May has more than one kick-ass moment.
Maggie May.
All right, okay.
We're being interrupted.
Been invaded by Father Christmas.
Ho, ho, ho.
Oh dear.
Father Christmas has come to visit us early.
Yes.
Why are you out of the North Pole?
Yeah. Get back to work.
Get back to work. I
No
want my
one's
Christmas
yeah,
presents
me
this
here
year.
too.
I crashed.
Well, yeah, but why are you even out there? You should be in your workshop.
Did Mummy and Lemon kick you in the room?
Yeah.
Okay. You can
Okay,
leave
well,
then.
well, you can go back and say that Mummy and Lemon are getting pieces of coal for their bloody Christmas presents.
Thank you.
I know that Vuitton makes very designer coal.
Sorry. That was. This is a problem when all three of us get together. All three of us are together with.
We have the wives
others.
downstairs. Well, 2 out of the 3 wives downstairs.
Yeah.
Didn't know what was going on there. I was just getting hit
No,
in the back
I could feel them fucking pushing him through the door.
I got hit in the back
On that note, right? So okay, maybe I'll give it a look if I get a chance.
I think if you can watch season 4, you might like it.
Okay, all right. So the next one is it's Nigel's one.
Was it?
Yeah, you wanted to talk about the
Orville. You wanted because you caught up on the Orville and you watched that episode.
Yeah, I did.
With what was her name now? The girl.
the security,
Scooter girl.
super strong security girl
Pickles.
person,
Pickles.
Agent Pickles.
Agent Pickles. What was her
God,
bloody
what was her name? Lena? Leah?
Leah.
Leia?
Steve.
Lana?
Call her Dave.
Dave?
If we're going to say we can't remember someone's name. They're Dave. All right. Hello,
Yeah.
Dave.
Hello, Dave. Come on.
Yeah.
My
so
wife
it was
now,
a,
Dave.
it was a bloody weird start to that episode, though, wasn't it?
Yes.
Out of nowhere, doing this storm thing, which
Yeah.
I think they've done before in another episode.
They've done it in Star
You're
Trek.
talking about the
It's
one
like
with
some cloudy-
Charlize Theron in.
Yeah, and it was weird. They were in this storm thing. She couldn't get to a thing in time, to the engineering in time, and fire appeared, and she had this freezing moment, and she couldn't get to save Matey Boy. And then from that stems the episode.
Yeah, because through her inaction, someone died. So
And it's
She
how
felt guilty for it.
it's how she
Despite-
dealt with it.
Despite the captain and the doctors and stuff saying to her, well, the thing fell on him before you were
Yeah.
even there, and he died from those wounds, not from you picking up the shit. You know, he
not
would
from
have
the
died
second
anyway.
bit of
But it was-
bulkhead that hit him.
But
Not
what
the
it
second
was,
bit.
It was an episode about PTSD.
That's not.
Well, no. Well, she had a freezing moment, and then she became traumatized after that,
And she didn't want it to
and she
happen
kept
again.
reliving it, which she did in the episode. She kept seeing fire. If you remember, she was seeing fire, and it was bothering her, and she was reliving that moment. So it was kind of PTSD.
That's
Yeah,
right.
so she contacted her parents to find out if there was anything in her childhood and
Yeah.
stuff like that. And when she was
Did you notice the
6,
cameo of the parents?
yeah,
Yeah.
when she was sitting, no, I didn't
No,
recognise.
he
I
doesn't. He
recognised
doesn't
one
never
of the
watch
person.
Voyager because he wouldn't have recognised
No
Robert
idea.
Picardo.
No idea. I recognised his face, but I don't know where from.
Star Trek Voyager.
Right. And they explained to her when she was 6 months old that her mum was faced with a fire. Mainly because she was the baby woke up her. What I fucking can't remember her name. She woke up, cries. Mum woke up, got her baby, like saved her and shit. And apparently that was triggered during this thing when her fly and she couldn't save her blokey. So because of that, she didn't want it to happen again, and she tried to resign, refused, and then was allowed to told to do, I don't know, some sort of mental psychiatrist thing with the doctor, and she sort of like went her own way, didn't she?
Yeah, but you didn't know that at the time, did you? You didn't.
You didn't know that because it doesn't show you. You actually think she's carried on, and then shit has gone down on the Orville. And I liked that episode. It was weird. As soon as it went, there's a fucking clown, and the way the clown ran,
Yeah.
the way that clown ran was freaky as shit. They got somebody, Alara. There you go.
But yeah, I found the clown freaky. But the thing that really freaked me.
What was that?
Fucking spiders.
I thought you because one lands on his face, and then they're walking out of the room, and Alara's with him, and he's going, "God, one landed on my fucking nose." And he goes, "Do you think it laid eggs up there and shit?" And still in this situation, he was funny. You know, he was good. And the best bit was cutting all of that down to near the end where you find out that she's actually in a simulation and that she's invoked some sort of security rule to override the captain, so that she has to go through it all and complete it just to prove herself. I think it works better because if she didn't and the captain and whatnot stopped it, she would still think herself a failure because they stopped it on her behalf and she wouldn't have been able to complete and all that sort. And that she wouldn't have had the faith of the captain to do her job properly. It makes sense in that way. And I did like the way it was halfway through, wasn't it, where she's doing the boxing sim, she's having a go, they come in, you're right, having a chat, and in walks the two crewmates with pistols aloft from early England.
France. Oh, I thought it was French because of the wigs and shit.
It was.
Oh no, well, England had those shitty wigs as well. It could have been either.
Yeah.
And they've gone, well, we booked it at 3, we were going to have dueling. The pistols at duel, I thought that was fucking brilliant. And then they walked off, and then Borgus walked in and
Borgus,
Borgus was the best bit. That was so funny.
Borgus had one of the best lines in the previous episode where he was about to sing. And we were all waiting for him to sing, and then the fucking alert goes off.
And the song that he was going to sing was
My Heart Will Go On by
Celine Dion.
I've only seen half of the next episode because I only downloaded it the other day. And but there's the Blob character.
Yeah.
There is a fantastic scene at the beginning of the next episode with him in it. They play another practical joke, and it's the Blob and Borgus, and it is brilliant. It's so funny. I was pissing myself laughing.
Well, the last practical joke went down really well, didn't it?
Oh, this one goes down equally as badly.
They lopped the matey boy's leg off.
And they get into trouble for this one. And I think, because I haven't watched the whole episode, there's a significant offcut of what the joke that they play. But it's very funny. So, I haven't watched the whole episode, so I can't comment. But I like the Orville. I do.
I think it's great. It blends humour and action really well.
Yeah, it's properly entertaining.
And actually, despite what it is, it actually draws you into the characters, and they are pretty believable in the way they behave.
It has moral messages, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Even with all the piss taking aside.
But it does what you should do with those messages, and it doesn't hit you over the fucking head.
No, it doesn't Bible bash you with it.
Yeah.
It just essentially, delivers its message.
But I think the Orville has been really good. It's great because my dad goes, "Have you seen that new series on Fox?" And it's like, kind of, which one? The one with the guy from The Simpsons. You mean the guy from Family Guy? I went, yeah, whatever. He goes, so it looks really good like that. I said, he goes, because he really likes Star Trek Discovery. I said, because I've been watching that alongside Star Trek Discovery, and it fucking beats Star Trek Discovery hands down.
Yeah.
Star Trek Discovery is full of horrible people. This is full of nice people that you want to talk to.
Yeah. But I think you could, if they were real, you could probably sit there and have a proper conversation with these people, and they wouldn't be too up their own arses. Like,
I'm still hoping that Patrick Stewart turns up at the beginning of the next series, and he is like the Zap Brannigan of the fucking Orville universe, and he's got like the biggest, best fucking spaceship with the sexiest looking fucking crew who are Top Gun at everything.
You want him to turn up with like a great big gold chain, don't you?
No, just like tons of medals.
Tons of medals. Want him to be like some pimp daddy thing, like. Because you know that's what he cast him as. He was like this almost paedophilic character in American Dad. You know that, don't you? Especially when he starts dating Stan's bloody daughter. It's really wrong. That episode.
That's a personal fucking joke at Patrick Stewart.
Patrick Stewart playing the part because
no, that is a joke because Brett Spiner makes similar fucking jokes about him too. Because if he always dates like women in their 20s, where he's 50, 60, 70
his wife
now.
Is now in her 40s, 50s, I think.
No, they're divorced. Because that's the other joke that Brett Spiner makes. Patrick Stewart's wife picked up and answered the phone. I don't know which one, but one of them did. That's what he does. He rips the piss out of him every time they get together for like a convention or whatever. He's just like, hello, which one is this? Oh, yeah, Sherry. It's like, no, it's Taylor. Yeah, whatever.
Taylor Swift, yeah.
Right. Have we got any gaming news before we wrap this up and put a bow on it?
There's some bits in regards to some idiot spent $10,000 on microtransactions on games and stuff, but I didn't read the story, so I can't fucking cover it. I only read the headline, and we don't tend to do that. We at least read the first 2 paragraphs.
Okay.
That makes us better than CNN.
We promise next week we will have gaming news for you.
Yeah, we'll have some gaming news next week.
So, Gareth, take it away.
On that note, it's time to say goodbye. Oh, another thing. Next week, Grand Tour's back. Yee!
Yes.
Oh, the Grand Tour's back.
Yeah, I think Friday.
Yes.
Or Thursday.
8th.
I actually need to finish the last 2 episodes of the Grand Tour from last
Oh, come on, Nigel. It's been on nearly a year.
Nige,
Yeah.
you watched them at my house on New Year's.
No, there was a couple of episodes after
After
that.
that, was it?
There's a
there was
couple after
episodes
that. That was the one with the beach buggies,
Oh, okay.
which I got to, and I know, I'll watch that, so I'll watch it, and then I'll
Fucking
get around
hell,
to it.
Nigel.
Grand Tour's back.
I'm so disappointed because that's not even like sci-fi. So Ying couldn't even complain at that.
I know.
Anyway, on that note, time to say goodbye, guys,
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
and it's goodbye from me.
Thanks for downloading the Monkey Nut Punch podcast. You can follow us on Twitter @Monkey Nut Punch. You can also find us on Facebook, facebook.com/Monkey Nut Punch.